Here is a practice test paper for Advanced Functions MHF 4 grade 12 students. Make a note of these questions, try to solve them yourself, stop the video, and once you have written down your answers, then move on and watch the video for the right answers. At the end, you can make your comments so that we can provide you with whatever else you need. Okay, here is question number 1. Name an odd function whose domain is all real numbers but range is restricted. Question number 2. On what interval is the function f of x equals to 2 over x plus 3 increasing? How could you change the function f of x equals to x squared to be decreasing on the interval 0 to infinity? Try to answer these questions. Okay, here are suggested solutions. The very first one, an odd function whose domain is all real numbers but range is restricted. Well, if you remember, the function is sine function. Do you see that? So the domain is all real numbers. It is odd function. Why is it odd function? Because sine of minus x equals to minus of sine x. Correct? So that is why it is an odd function. I hope you remember the definition of odd function. If f of minus x is equals to minus of fx, then the function is odd. If f of minus x is equal to f of x, then the function is even, correct? Okay. Question number 2. On what interval is the function f of x 2 over x plus 3 increasing? Well, I will just draw the basic parent function for you. And I know that is a transformation. I'm not sketching the function given here, right? So basic reciprocal function looks like this. Do you see the parent function 1 over x? Do you see that? So this is our parent function 1 over x, okay? This is not this function. And what is f of x? Here you vertically stretch by a factor of 2 and move 3 units up. Well, even if you do that, basically the function's horizontal thing will move up, right? And it'll get more stretched. But the characteristics of increasing and decreasing will remain the same. In which interval do you think it is increasing? Whenever you see a graph, you have to see it from left to right. So if you move from left to right, we see that the function is decreasing. Do you see? So from minus infinity to 0, it is decreasing. Now there is a discontinuity at 0, as 1 over x is not defined at x equals to 0. But after that, it is again decreasing. Do you see that? So on what interval is this function increasing? Never increasing, right? It is decreasing all throughout. Do you see that? It's tricky. Many times I have seen students committing a mistake here. Question 3. How could you change the function f of x equals to x squared to be decreasing in the interval 0 to infinity? Well, let's have a look at this function x squared. Now, x squared is like this. Correct? How could you change this function to be decreasing on the interval 0 to infinity? If you see from 0 to infinity, that means we are talking about this interval, right? It is actually increasing, correct? How can we change it to make it decreasing? Well, we can have a negative, right? We can reflect it, correct? So if I do minus of fx, correct? Thereby reflecting it x-axis, right? So then we can change it. Do you see that? If I do this, right? Now it becomes decreasing in the interval 0 to infinity. Correct? I hope you understand the solutions for all the three questions and understand better about functions. Move on to the next set of questions. Thank you.